Well, good day and welcome back to Eduard's Model Bench. A few things I need to explain, so let's get the introduction done and let's get into it. Well, massive error during the week. I just did an episode, just watched it, crap. So I'm not subjecting you to it. Got a few thank yous before we get into what I've done. Firstly, Jason from Aussie Scale Modeler. He's got a competition that's going on at the moment, $2,500 worth of Outlaw Paint. It's a company he now owns. So go over to Aussie Scale Modeler, check it out, have a look at his terms and conditions. Enter $2,500 Australian dollars. So massive amount of paint. From what I've seen, I haven't tried it yet. It's top quality paint. And Jason's a top bloke, so yeah, go and have a look, watch a couple of his videos, give him a subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah. And also to Nigel from Nigel's Modelling Bench, the 5'11" 3/4, who looks after and protects women when they and then falls off his bike. No, hang on, no, I can't remember what his story was, but what it really was, he saw a mouse. The mouse scared him, and he went, "Ooh!" like that, jumped off his bike into a thorn bush, and it was just absolute mess. So, no, I don't really know. That's just me making it up. But go check him out. I mean, I know everyone who subscribes to me would subscribe to him. The guy is an absolute genius. Great bloke, really, really lovely guy. He's really pushing this competition for Jace. And he's also helping another really great mate of mine, Peter, who has just bought the Yamato, the 1/200 scale from Monochrome. Wow. That's all I'm going to say about that is fucking wow. The hull alone would be, you probably can't see, it'd be massive. So I'm really looking forward to Peter struggling with that. But it's going to be like, all Peter's builds are sensational, so this is going to be an absolutely sensational build. So anyway, let's get on to what I'm talking about. So jump down to the model bench. So as you can see, the bottom of the hull is painted. It's all done. I've sanded and I've puttied and sanded the, there's a join here. So just here, and you can't really see it too well now. You can still see it, but oh no, that's the tape that I've put there to cover the boot topping. Same on this side, you got the tape covering the boot topping. So there's a little strip of black just under this, under my finger here. So you can see there. You can actually probably see the tape. You can see the tape there anyway. Yeah, so that's all done. So let me just put this over here, get the instructions out, and what I'm going to do now, let's put that there, I'm going to put that over where I've got the independents shortly. So what I'm going to do now, just zoom in so you can see the instructions. So what we've got on these parts here, and if you have a look at the instructions, I'll just bring it up to the camera so you can see. We've got the red. So as I've said before, the red needs to be cut out, okay? So we'll just get C3 to start with. All right, so with C3, as you can see here, we have all this raised stuff here. So all that raised plastic, that has to be cut off. And also at the back, we've got two ladders, which also have to be cut off. So I'll do that on camera a bit later. With C17, which is this one, need to cut off these stanchions or poles, need to cut those off. I'll just put my spectacles on. Yeah, so I need to cut those off. And then toss it over, turn it over. We also need to cut off, this. Oh no, sorry, I was looking at C8. You also need to cut off this little room there, little cabin type thing. And these ones here, need to cut those off. And also all of that. So all of that part there, which is, so all that raised part, sorry, go back this way, all this raised part there also needs to come off. So this whole upper part needs to come off. So it's just going to be a nice flat section. And then with C3, oh, I've done for C3. C8, I need to cut off all these little parts here, all of that center. Yeah, and that's it for that. But with C3 also, sorry, I need to cut off all these bits underneath. And then on C21, which is the big bit, I need to cut off all this center. I need to cut out this part, big part here. I need to cut out these little, what I'd say would be bridge wings. So that little part there. Also need to cut off these side rounded bits. Both of these bits there, there's a lot to cut off this one. And these little arch, so Italian looking or Greek looking parts. So they've also got to come off. They will be replaced with photo etch. So the photo etch for these parts, but sorry, I should say first, there is also other parts to go on top. So C17, which is this part, will go on top of C8, which is that part. So at the moment, C17 goes like that, which then goes, yeah, we'll just look at what we're going to be doing. Which one's C8 again? That's C8. Alright, so what I'll do, I'll have a look at what photo etch I need, and I'll show you. Okay, so what I've decided to do first is to cut off some of these pieces. So I'll find a part that has a fair bit to cut off, but not the most amount. So I might do C17. Alright, so with Eduard photo etch, as you can see, like I keep on saying, the red parts need to be cut off. Like in the, you've got a, what do you call it? A guide. Instruction signs, there we go, that's what they call it, of what there is to do. Okay, so up here, so I was going backwards. So you've got optional, you have to bend, you have to sand, open a hole, symmetrical assembly, remove, reverse side, and apply Eduard mask and paint. So they're your guides, what you'd have to look at. So when you come over to this section, which is what I'm doing now, this says, I believe that is to cut off. It says to sand, but to sand this, you'd be doing it for ages. So what I'm going to do, because I believe you might need some, how's it? Oh no, because the photo etch goes, okay, I see what they're doing. mean, if you have a look, it's just flat. So all I'll do now is just get my knife and just show you a bit what I'm going to do. So get the knife and just very carefully, for both plastic and skin, just go along the end. You don't want to take plastic off, you want to keep it the same area. You don't want to, sorry, I should say, you don't want to take extra plastic off like I've just done. But actually I might just sand that off. So yeah, once this is all done, I'll come back and I'll show you how I cut out the photo etch for the next part. All right, so here we go. I've sanded all or cut off and sanded all the bits. Haven't cleaned them off yet with isopropyl alcohol, but as you can see from what they were a minute ago, or quite a while ago, this has taken me quite a long time. So well over 45 minutes. Yeah, these parts are now fairly clean. All the parts are off, they're all flat. Apart from there, because that doesn't need to come off at the bottom, but that's all nice. Now this one was really difficult because I had to get right up into this little spray shield area here. It was really, really difficult to smooth out. So that's those done. Now we look at what photo etch pieces we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you. So actually what I might do first is build up the range finders. So these are the range finders here. I believe they're actually resin. PPP D8. Oh no, the top of the range finders are resin. So I'll get these, D8. So D8 and D7 I need to get. D8, D7. I can already see on the instructions that I need to take off this. I'm not sure if it's just that one or the whole bit. I'm not sure. So D7 and D8 go together like so, but the right way around. That's the right way around. Like that. So I just get a little bit of quick setting extra thin. I need to get 2 PE doors, 2 PE bits for the sides, and a bit for the bottom. So it's the 70s. What's this? So 90 and 72. Right, so I've got a, okay, so this is PE 72. This bit here. Where is it? So this bit here, it's double. So it's only a single one, but that has to come off. So I'll just get that off now. All right, so what I do to cut it off, I use my cutting mat, or my cutting board, I should say. It's just a bit of plastic, poly something or other. I usually use a circular, a rounded blade, but because I don't have any, I'm using a straight blade. And I'll put the photo etch sheet onto the board, and I'll use this little other bit of plastic just to put pressure on. So when I actually cut down, I can put pressure on and push it down like so. To clean it up, I have a look. Yep, there's a nub there. So I usually use a diamond file for these. There's just a little scrape across the top. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Like that. And have a look, oops, have a look anywhere where it was connected to the fret. Remember, it's a fret, not a sprue. Doesn't make any difference, but there we go. I've just dropped it. There it is. So what I do now, this has to be bent circularly around, I would say this. So you can anneal it, which I might actually do, which I've never done before. That'll be interesting. But it bends around this to make a ring. You could put a bit of glue, I suppose. So I've never had to do a ring like this before, so this is all new for me. You can see why Peter outsources his photo etch. Well, that's a joke for you, Jace. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a lighter and just anneal this to make it a little bit more pliable. Oh, what have you done actually? Yeah, anyway, I'm going to come back. I'll come back after I've made my dinner and do that. So I'll talk to you then. Well, good morning everyone. Thursday morning. It's 4 minutes to 8. Got myself a green tea. It's good for weight loss, good for blood pressure, good for heart and everything else. And it's also in my ice cream cup. So, yummy. Talking about blood pressure. Got my results back from my ambulatory blood pressure check the other day, or yesterday. That means good, 100% perfect. So I suffer quite severe white coat hypertension. Anyway, we're not here to talk about health and fitness or safety or anything. We're here to talk about the USS Arizona. So what we have here is some photo etch parts that I'm going to need. This one especially, going to need to bend a heap. Just zoom in. No, I won't, because it's already zoomed in as far as it's going to go pretty much. You can't really see it. There we go. All those little lines you can see on that all have to be bent. So this flat piece needs to make a office or building type thing. And this flat piece has 2 bend lines on it. Yeah, so it's got 2 bend lines on it. And this one has to be, what's my instructions? Bent at right angles. So it comes down here and goes over the plastic. So it goes over the plastic here, and it has to be molded around that. So I'm going to find the middle of this. So where's my other photo etch bender? which has got a ruler on it. I have to buy a ruler for Mickey Sticky. Didn't ever think about getting this organised when I was getting everything else organised. So once I've worked all that out, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. But with this one has to be bent to make this little cabin office area there. And I also have to put a closed door on it. So alright, so welcome back. As you can see, it's all done. You can't really see, but here we go with the little compartment. It's all built up. It's hard for you to see, but as you can see here, it stands up now. All I've got to do is put a door on it. It seems to be the wrong way around, looking at the instructions. So the door's meant to be on the other side, but that's all right. And then the spray shield at the front of that section. That was quite difficult, to tell you the truth. So now I just put the door on, and once I've done that, that'll be that section completed. And the way I use photo etch and move it around and place it on the parts is just a tiny little bit of blue tack on the end of a toothpick. So it's easy to pick up. I'll show you in a minute. So just get this door off. Just needs a little bit of sanding. Just to get rid of all the nubs. Just thought, hopefully this time in 2 weeks I'll be on a plane going to a mine site. That's something I'm looking forward to. So, this one, the door, has to have, as you can see on the door here, might be able to see it anyway. No, you can't. But there's ribbing on the inside of the door. That's just going to need a little bit of medium, I'd say. Tiny little bit of Icky Sticky. Icky Sticky. Icky Sticky. I don't think Jason or Pete or myself will ever stop sprouting on about Icky Sticky. So this is what I do. Just place it with the toothpick and the blue tack. Move it across to where it's actually meant to be. And there we go. One door done. Not that you can see it. And now this gets placed there we go. Part's done. All right, so welcome back. I've done a fair bit. It's been fun, I really enjoyed it. I've made some photo etch. Actually, I've made a lot of photo etch, so that bit goes on there. So these are all, obviously, when they come on the fret, they're all flat. So there's a lot of bending to do. I've had to add doors. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, I had to add doors, you can see on the inside, no you can't. I've also done this one, which goes there, which then sits there. And then I've done, nope, that's the top. That's the top. Then I've done that one. No, that's the top. Then there's that one which sits there. And then this one which sits there. All right, so welcome back everyone. Been doing a fair bit of YouTube research today, just on the color of the Arizona. I've seen gray, I've seen very dark blue, I've seen very light blue, I've seen almost black. I've decided I'm gonna go with a bit of a mix. So I'm going with this color. It's a blue, it's the only blue I've got. I was going to try to mix it with white or mix it with grey or mix it with black just to try to get some different colour. But I think, from what I see, I mean you can't really see the actual blueness of it. It's not overly blue. It looks bluer than it actually is on the camera there. Actually no, yeah. So there it looks actually a lot bluer than it actually is. So I'm just going to do a light spray with it. This is actually on the bottom of the upper deck, so you're not going to see that, but I will do a spray with it. So I'll just show you what I've done so far today, in between study and having a shower and talking. I've put, oh sorry, I've got a really bad sniffles. So I've put all the photo etch onto the actual deck parts. So there's doors on the photo etch. So there's doors in there. I've made one ladder, little ladder there. Oh, so sorry about the sniffles. I've put this one in. Again, doors as well. No, actually that door's open. So I've left that door open. It says they all should be closed, but hey, you gotta get some air into the ship somehow. Door's open. So what I'm gonna do with all these windows after I've done a paint of them all is put the crystal clear in. So it actually looks like windows. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's really starting to piss me off. Done that one. It's on the back. It's an open little cabin type area. And I've also finished the main part of the lower part of the superstructure. So they're all on. So I'm going to give these a bit of a prime. Yeah, and then I'll come back and I'll show you that. And then I'll... Alright, so here we are. End result. All the guardrails are put on. Let me see if I can get it in there properly. Yeah, so all the guardrails are on. So all I did with that was run the CA along the sides, put the guardrail on, like I said before, use the tweezers to push up against it just to form the lining. And there we go, it's all done. So now I'm just going to crack on with the rest of this build of this part. You don't need to see all that. There's nothing else really of interest to go on there, to be honest. So all I've got to do really is put another 4 ladders on. So once this is all done, I'll come back, give you a look, and see how it all goes. So I'll talk to you again soon. All right, so there we go, all done. All primed. Everything looks pretty good. So it doesn't look very straight at the moment because it's sitting on a blue tack and a crocodile clip. So I'll call them crocodile clips. But yeah, no, I'm pretty impressed with that. For the first time doing a build with that sort of structure, yeah, I'm pretty happy. That's the end of the video. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. Also, comment. I answer every comment because I read every comment. There's a lot of creators that don't read comments, but I read every single comment. Also, give me a thumbs up if you like the content. Also, please go and check out my good friends in Jason at Aussie Scale Modeler and Peter at Scale Modeling. Also, Sue at Ice Queen and Paul at Plastic Monkey, and everyone already looks at this bloke, but Nigel at Nigel's Model Bench. Absolute amazing people. Lovely, lovely people. Never met them personally, but I hold them up here on my friends lists. So really nice people. Yeah, so please go and say good day to them. Tell them I sent you. I'll get a bit of a kick out of that. So anyway, have a great weekend. Make sure you tell your family you love them, and yeah, have a good one.